Dozens of teachers embroiled in sexual allegations removed from Oklahoma classrooms.
2 Works for You investigators obtained a list of 33 teachers with teaching licenses suspended or revoked by the State Department of Education.
Our Katie Wisely meets a family that wishes the law was in effect when their child encountered a teacher who changed her forever.
We didn't want anyone else hurt.
Her grandmother's hand is all the support Gracie Drywater has.
I was really afraid. I didn't want to get out. I didn't want to do anything.
She was just 13, a lifetime ago, when she says a Porter teacher changed her life. It still brings her to tears.
It was embarrassing.
It's okay.
Almost exactly 3 years ago, the popular outgoing cheerleader attracted the attention of Johnny Lynn Scott, her computer science teacher.
He would always come and sit down right next to me and grab my legs, and he would always put his hands in my shirt and stuff like that. And he would just rub up against me every day.
She remembers one day vividly. Gracie says she was helping set up for the fall carnival in Porter.
He would whisper in my ear, "You look good in your cheerleading skirt. You know, your butt looks good in your skirt." And he handed me his phone, and it had a picture of his penis on there.
Gracie did the only thing she thought she knew to do, run.
When I took off outside, he came up running behind me and was like, "It's your turn. You need to show me pictures of you now. I did this, now it's your turn."
The only picture Scott got to see was his mugshot. After Gracie told authorities, deputies booked him on charges of lewd molestation and performing a lewd act in the presence of a minor.
He did plead guilty to lewd molestation and, the picture.
But Annette Panter wanted more, especially after learning Johnny Scott had been allowed to move from school to school to school, leaving a trail of sexual allegations.
He had resigned 9 times. 9 times.
In this statement to the Wagner County Sheriff's Office, Scott's ex-wife told investigators he was let go from his teaching job in Okmulgee in 2005 due to indiscretions. She also said Scott admitted to having sex with a student in his classroom and another in the parking lot.
Because if they would have stopped him and looked into this when he had allegations in Drumright, if Drumright schools would have reported this, I think the School Board of Education would have stopped him, and this would have never happened to my granddaughter.
At the same time, Annette was fuming about her granddaughter's case. Oklahoma's new state school superintendent was hearing from districts that knew about predator teachers on the move, but couldn't warn others.
And when I realized there was a hurdle there where districts could not talk to us about their suspicion or even evidence that they had, I was very interested in seeing what we could do to solve this.
One of Joy Hoffmeister's major accomplishments was passage of Senate Bill 711 in June of last year, which created a public database of educators facing allegations of sexual misconduct.
We can suspend their license, which would mean that they cannot be employed somewhere else in a school district in another state or in our state where they may be unaware of the danger.
When you type in Johnny Scott, the state database shows his certificate is expired. All Oklahoma teachers are required to pass criminal background checks, so Scott will never again be allowed to teach in Oklahoma.
I don't want to hear about Johnny Scott, another victim. I don't want to hear about it.
Annette says the bill is a good start, but too late for her granddaughter, whose teacher taught her some of life's hardest lessons.
How does he know that he's wrong, Because no one's stopped him.
Katie Wisely, 2 Works for You.
Johnny Scott pleaded guilty to performing lewd acts in the presence of a minor in exchange for dismissing the lewd molestation case. Gracie was disappointed to learn in August the DA amended the charge to indecent exposure, which reduces the amount of time he's required to register as a sex offender from lifetime to 15 years. Scott was not charged in any of the other cases mentioned in this story. We reached out to the school districts where he worked, but they had no comment.